welcome or welcome back. This is going to be an extended reading, placing some cards over the top of the Daily Dharma first broadcast from today. It should be uploading, it should be uploading while I'm recording this, so depending on when you're checking in with this one, look for the one with a similar title or the one right preceding this in the library playlist. I don't have playlists yet, but do your best. I never end up remembering to link them. First pile is this Artha of Kali, declaring what he wants to spend his energy towards. Could be our ability and willingness to redirect our energy towards what we really want to accomplish or to bring into our life. So it can be if we are aligning with our highest path here. So what is this empowered communication that needs to be shown to us? 111 there. So let's see. I want to get that one right there. All right. This appears to be a little bit of an Empress type energy here. It's showing up as the number 4. Of course, in the mirror of the recording, it will show up reversed for you, but that's the 4 card. Showing this perhaps pregnant Celtic goddess here in the background. She's showing with many of the elements here. Pentacle of protection, staff of healing, true path, different symbols. The turtle showing she's at home in her own body and energy. Wherever she goes, she represents home for herself. The pool at her feet for gazing, reflecting, cleansing, clearing. So this is showing you with a very priestess-like energy. I meant to say empress, but the priestess is also coming through, and very earthly. Got that wreath of flowers. So you've got a wealth of information and energy that you've been bringing into this world through the lessons that you've integrated into your mind, body, and spirit here. As well, you've got a lot of ideas about contributions you'd like to make in the world, or things that you could do with all your spare time, if you had any, to the side of where your of your current energy is, wherever that's being funneled for you. Under the deck here, yes, we have this number 3 card, which apparently is the card that precedes this one. Again, this is a new deck for me, showing an individual who's already been on a long journey, gathered a lot of information, shooting stars in the background. So that's interesting. Let's keep going here, and we'll get some from this other deck as well. So this Empress energy, so you're highly creative, and you're being advised somehow to empower either your beliefs or your ability to speak these things into fruition. Maybe you have to bring that up or pursue an opportunity by using your voice to tell others that you have these ideas, skills, or contributions that you can make. Yes, here we have power coming out. So again, we've got communication and empowerment. So empowering your personal power is like your life force energy, your ability to fully bring forth the creative gifts and gems, and to be able to shoot your will towards an outcome with that shooting star, and also this bow and arrow. It's the ability to, I'm seeing all of these, I don't know if you can see this, around the perimeter there's all of these push energies, these vibrational energies coming off of this. It's talking about your ability to perhaps the presence that you wield or the knowledge that you wield in some type of a situation or skill set is evident. And when you can walk into a situation, you have a very empowered heart space and ability to relay a concept with authority and wisdom and insight that others are starting to pay attention to more so. For some of you, you may be getting ready to create something extraordinary with your life in general and needing somehow to present, whether you have a speech to give or something else, being willing and able to free up your time from something that isn't as aligned with your path to allow you to call back all of your power, to have the time and place to fully meditate on what needs to be delivered or the decision that needs to be made in order to allow you to birth all of your capacity into this time and space here. So needing to speak this and believe this and act this into being. So you're being shown with your hands full of contribution, and the urge is now gathered and ready to express this out into the world. So with this next pile, for those that have not yet seen the first or chose just to tune into this one, we have Trauma Nagmo, this very interesting and challenging individual here, shown with aggression and messages. This, again, if you tune into the first, you'll see the extended messages, but this may represent somebody who is representing a challenge or a block to your prosperity, and you're being challenged to integrate your own ability to speak your limitations and to take back your power from some type of a situation that's either unequal or the exchange isn't quite 100% or the things coming from them in reward for your contributions. Or flip the script if you need to. One of you is using your energy to kind of pick at another individual. This can be full out bullying in the workplace or something like that, or with somebody that you are connected with, or this can be some type of element of self, like engaging in whatever it is where your time is being exploited here is a block to what you're here to really call into being in this world. So the Dreams of Gaia deck, what do we have to say here about how to integrate the lessons from the situation to advocate powerfully for our own liberation from those misuses of energies so that we can really get to work on our own prosperous spirit, health, mind, body, and spirit. We have one flipping out. 18. This is an interesting one. It's taking it in here. Not something I would have expected. It's got this light and dark mask, perhaps your own ability to match frequencies with other individuals and to integrate this into your own world. Is like you being able to take all of these different energies flowing from all these different individuals and really create some type of recipe for success with integration and prosperity here. And so it's like being able to be a little bit of a chameleon here and to wear the right mask is one tool that can be employed. But I'm feeling that we're needing to be more willing and able to embody the cutting energy in certain circumstances and situations as they arise. But she's shown here as more of a maiden energy, being able to integrate all of this information into your own success here is key. setting your own limits and boundaries. Like if you've only got so much energy this week and you have a deadline coming up for something that's important to express your calling or purpose, or something for your family, let's say with the full moon coming up in the signs of Capricorn and Cancer, it's like if your body is calling for a break, there's the urge and the need here to be able to call back all of our resources and to create something better from the sum of the resources presented to us, if that makes any sense for you. Under the deck, we have this number 3, fiery fool energy. Again, we had that, I guess it was underneath the deck with the previous. The number 2 was shown with the mountains as well, but these are the cosmic mountains here. And it's as if to say this one turns back towards somebody he's leaving behind for a quest for these cosmic mountains, in my way of seeing it. And he's like, wish me luck, adieu and farewell. I'll see you on the flip side type of a thing. So, and again, in the previous reading, we were getting the imagery that you need to perhaps make a decision on whether this is a leave of absence, a momentary withdrawal, a healing journey, or something that you have to do to go out and, let's say you have to go on a meditation retreat to get your energies back to 0 point for yourself. And I said that at 11:11 on the timer. It's like being able to say, okay, I don't want to burn any bridges here. You've provided a lot of insight and growth, and I appreciate the job, but I'm going to go on and I'm going to do my own thing. That's happened to me before, where I was able to actually, I left a place saying that I was not able to focus and they deserved a little bit better and I deserved a little bit different and better, because I was pursuing my passions, and these people were roused to such respect and admiration for my ability to advocate and my fearlessness and my questing of my passions. They gave me some gift cards and things, and then they recognized my contributions. They're like, oh, by the way, this whole procedure with this major part of our company, you created all these procedures and these automated sheets and nobody knows how to use them. And I'm like, oh, it seems obvious to me, but yeah, you're right. I don't mind training your CFO to do these. And so I did. And because of my willingness to play nice and actually teach them what I had been doing with my time, they even had greater respect. And then they said, by the way, we'll let you keep your medical until the end of the month and we'll pay you to the end of the month. You can go ahead and take these last 2 weeks and don't worry about it. And so it's like being able to be taken care of. And if we're willing and able to take that extreme leap of faith, knowing that the universe has the wherewithal to catch us, but not doing those things perhaps stupidly. If we need to make our mortgage payment and we don't have money in the bank, it's ill-advised to leap off the cliff without a backup plan, right? So in those situations, it would be better advised to not burn the bridge, take a leave of absence or something, or a day off to collect your thoughts and to perhaps get something lined up. So take your own messages from those. So on this as well, the integration of our prosperity, cooking up something incredible here with all of the input from our situations. Perhaps all of the training and the situations have allowed you to develop the skill sets necessary to run your own business. And now you can come up with your own thing. Yes. Incredible. So birthing pops out. Absolutely. Your ability is now from this pregnancy, this supercharged pregnancy of all the creativity that you represent, all of the skill sets, all of the intentions and motivations and beauty that you represent, masculine or feminine, and this ability to really to birth something profound instead of being afraid of that success, instead of hiding behind the urge to allow others to incubate us. We take our own energy and say, you know, if I can create success for others, why can't I create this success for myself? And maybe it's a service orientated energy that you're bringing forth into the world. And so it seems like it's not necessarily something that's bringing you prosperity, but it's prosperity of spirit in the very least, to give birth to our passions and creative energies. And maybe you are going to be a cook, or you have something that you're inventing or putting together, something like this. It comes almost with the remarkable insights of all of those more difficult situations that have culminated into this creative expression that we are here making and doing. Oh yeah, I'm seeing this under the deck when I picked it up. Look at that. This baby in this cosmic egg. I don't know if you're rebirthing yourself or if this really is your brainchild, but there's a lot of protection and energy, and it comes from perhaps some previous attempts that didn't come to full fruition in your life, but you're being kind of pushed to the edges of what you think that you can do with your time, energy, and attention, and being shown that there's something incredible for you to bring forward. So the third pile here to clarify, we have Yuga Shakti with romantic love and magic. So if this is literal, you may be looking for ways to really call out any type of stagnancy within a current romantic experience. And perhaps at the time of this full moon, you're really understanding that this work life and home life and romantic life has to be brought back in balance to breathe new life into something, whether it's your passions, your calling and your life path, your healing process, or your lovers or friendships. Some type of magical energy wants to come through you. Do you feel that wind? Can you hear the wind rustling through the trees? It's like there's extreme change moving through the ethers right now, coming on the heels and in the breath of that full moon energy coming up at the time of this broadcast, and that is the release energy. And what is a release through this birthing process, but to really bring something forward. And if it's some type of product or energy or counseling, therapy, or a new idea about how to reconnect with each other, having a date night or having a girls' night or a boys' night out for partners to go out and really express their individual nature instead of just this commitment energy. And then to also, for others that have been very distant, this energy to come back together and have some type of experience that you're able to connect and bond over. And the need to come from different pages on back onto the same page, or else needing to recognize something that's outlived its best by date is how it was coming through. So Yuga Shakti is really integrating quite a bit of herself into her path and investing in herself, and perhaps this recalls all of that dissipated energy and disowned soul parts or something like this that are being called back to your God, to yourself. And it's like, as we cut through attachment energy and things that are pulling our energy away from ourselves, as we recollect that energy back into the self, it can really create that rebound energy, that surge of creative Shakti energy back onto the self, that's then able to be funneled profoundly into creation, birthing, even sexuality, whatever it is for you, some type of creative integration here, and the ability to utilize our magical capacity to shift and change and manifest the highest outcome for the situation at hand for you that's being described here. And I would suggest also, as in case I didn't explain it here, everything on the table here is referencing that the other in this situation, whether they seem to be toxic or not, is somehow mirroring something, whether it's an oppositional corresponding energy, or whether it's an exact responsive energy, negative for negative or positive for negative. It doesn't matter the orientation so much as then what we choose to do with it and how we choose to integrate it into the next steps of our life. And we can build upon any energy if we believe, and if we can give ourselves that permission to fearlessly birth something that's meaningful for self. So, tangent. Apologies for the road noise. It's the mixed blessing of being outdoors. Sounds like a tractor. It's going to be loud. Actually, let me just pause. Well, no. It's a good vibration, too. Anyways, the Dream of Gaia deck just popped one out. Yuga Shakti. Oof. 2 cards. Yes, okay, so this magical... perhaps you're dreaming of a more romantic expression of your energy instead of being logically based or so focused on work, and ability to just be and express and be your magical self, to get lost in the forest without worrying about taking care of the world. Some of this is coming through. And here we have this playful pan energy, the 3 of earth, and then we have above that the 9 of water. And if you're looking at those numbers, remember we're reversed on the camera. So this is like light code energy basking in the activation that comes through from taking back our energy from those things that don't serve, and really putting our energy and attention on growing the things that have meaning for us. He's planting these acorns with a squirrel. That to me in the moment is so adorable and quite magical. It's like his little friend here. It's like by planting these seeds, these magical seeds, perhaps, Jack and the Beanstalk, you're going to be able to climb to extraordinary heights and take on giants from your take back energy from your fears. It's like this, what is it, the Goliath and the big guy and the little guy, and to be able to playfully manage this incoming information and to really put something aside for yourself, this nest egg for self and others. And it's almost like by planting the seeds that you're providing for the earth itself. Like, when you plant a garden, for instance, even if you put some fence around that, you're going to have little bitty animals that are going to come in and get some of your seeds. And it's like we almost are assisted by animals coming in and getting their share of our garden. So we have to plant in excess of what we will require so that we have that abundance to share outward without the need for the prosperity and the exchange of monetary or material belongings. Perhaps something about the way that we give of ourselves and our resources to our loved ones, and how we are able to utilize our magic integrated with our ferocity and our healthy limitations of, the access people get to us, our ability and willingness to give and caretake and treat others as our children and babies, versus being willing and able to do what really feeds and soothes the soul. Our sacred work is different from what others would want to exploit our energy to serve themselves. So there's some type of magical prayer coming forward, contact and prayers. So I don't know if this is the answer to your prayers, or if you're being told that despite your fears and reservations with a certain situation, there's soulmate energy at play here. Again, play energy with Pan, trickster energy almost, and fertility and even sexual energy, once again, that fertile, sexual, powerful Kundalini Shakti energy being shared forward with self and with the cosmos, and having this eye-opening epiphany moment with, under the deck here, we have realization and throat chakra. It's the awareness of truth of the situation and how we can cook up and birth something incredible, or whether one situation really is no longer adding the best to the situation. The willingness to be able to recognize the difference between the two, and to make the contacts, and to do the things like planting the seeds for your own future, and being willing and able to nurture those seeds, to weed the soil from any competition energies, or nutrient depletion from weed energies that don't have any medicinal purpose. Being able to, even, some people will call their stock, other people will divide out when they put too many seeds in one area. You need to kind of divide those out and put them other places, or else even your blessings will compete for energy amongst themselves. So everything needs its own little, I don't want to say compartmentalizing, but its own little niche within our lives. And we have to look at that with balance, and our ability to give our own self access to each little area of life that needs to be addressed to feel happy, healthy, and whole. And I think that you can look up different models for this, but the dimensions of health and well-being, it's beyond mind, body, spirit. It's also financial well-being, sexual well-being. Did I say financial? That one seems to be important, and all of these other things. And so if the material realms have interrupted unjustly here, we're being able to witness and sever the imbalances in life, and to say, it's time for me to take more time for family or home or self, for my sacred process. So coming out lastly here, we have this 6 energy, almost a dark priestess. It's reminding me of my interpretation of some Wiccan energy, and take that however you will, but it's very priestess like, where she's guarding this portal to maybe the fairy realms. Maybe it's like Alice in the Wonderland, that little going down the rabbit hole. She's got her sacred spear here, and it's like she wants to almost take us into a point in our dreams, in our visions, in our questing, in our process, where it's like, if you could do anything and be anything, how would that come into your awareness? What would you do? And what types of things do you need to encounter? What types of giants do you need to take down? It's David and Goliath, that's what it is. And these mushrooms, it's like, do you need to go on some type of sacred quest? Because it's reminding me of the Fool's cosmic mountains. We have the cosmic nature of her cloak mirroring this portal here. It's like coming into the next leg of our journey is the unknown, and it's this, perhaps a portal, maybe it's a friend that we're connecting with, where their magic is able to help us to traverse into this next timeline, or to jump through this rabbit hole, and to identify things for self that are not necessarily aware and awakened within self here. It's like she's almost somebody who has that mushroom that helps us grow bigger or grow smaller. It's reminding me of some of the Marvel movies, where the Ant-Man character is able to not only get super small like an ant, the ant energy, but also he has this other trigger later on, that he realizes he can grow into a giant himself, and then he starts to storm around. So that can be taken in multiple different interpretations, so take that to yourself. The 2 that come out here, it's almost like breaking through this choice point. We have, oh, there's an ant right there. We have these 3 doors. It's like the yes door, the no door, the maybe door. Like, are we ready for this? Are we not ready for it? Is it in our best interest or not? Is there a hope for the highest outcome, or is it time for cutting through? It's like we're of 2 minds of something here. Is it temptation or is it divinity? Are we working through and integrating these extreme polarities into something divine and incredible on this romantic, magical romance? Or are we defining it somehow otherwise? And I would say that magic is somehow more neutral until the 2 individuals start to reveal the power and integrity behind the mask. And then it's not only that, their intention, but also their behavior, their patterns, and their wherewithal to, and commitment and integrity to respecting and loving their soulmates in their process. And the realization comes through our ability to communicate very powerfully with these individuals, coming from our truth, our heart-based truth, our heart-mind, integrated heart-mind, to recognize and lay out on the table everything that we're working through, and to invite the other individual to meet us in that land in pure divine love. And this is that activation point where that energy was filtering through, and this self of you coming through is figuring out how to open all doors to this other individual, and to ask, whether it's friends, loved ones, bosses, coworkers, we're here facing this choice point of the 0 energy. Yes, I just realized that's the 0 energy, that Fool energy. Once again, it's like any timeline can serve our higher process, and as we give them the ideas and the ability, we gift them the ability to choose their own adventure in this world, and we are doing the same for self. So there's definitely a transformation afoot and a needful conversation coming through. So let's see if there's any advice or guidance coming through from the whispers of the ocean. This one looks like it, and there's more than one. Ooh, a new one, 35. Help appears in various ways. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift that you forget to look at the support systems that are with you continually, whatever, where you need to be. Acknowledge how you're feeling. Have faith that the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. So be present and aware of everything that you have going into the recipe, the pot, the cauldron of your creational waters. Underneath here, 21, enjoy the journey. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't think I've seen this one either. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. The changes are not only good, but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future, which I was almost encouraging the pathway to the future, but it's about relishing, word is that, the present experiences. More sea turtles here that we saw earlier, and it's about community and differences with all of these various types of tropical fishes, and we have the mammal dolphins and the coral and the anemone, such teeming with life around us, and all of this overstimulation energy that we're working through and integrating into our magical capacity to shift, grow, and change into this glorious, beautiful